Welcome back to Cutting Stems, the after show, Bachelor edition. The ladies are here tonight. We are virtual because Rhea and I have been on our deathbeds for the entire weekend, and we literally help we can't get up. Like, life alert, please, somebody call 911. Like,
it's so bad. It's so bad. And I put on my story that we were both sick. And like it's rare that we're both like really sick at the same time. You know, like usually one, but like we've been traveling together, so it makes sense. We're on the up though. We're on the up. Yeah. Like this weekend was the worst of it, and hopefully we are fingers crossed.
Yeah, I know. I hope so too. But the one thing that we did do is watch The Bachelor because it's must-watch TV right now. And honestly, though, I will say this episode left me extremely frustrated. This was a cliffhanger that I really wish we didn't get, because honestly, like, the episode, fine. Like, they all,
I was bored. I'll be real. I was a little bored. Yeah, nothing really
would have been juicy is what the hell happened at the end. Now we got to wait 2 fucking weeks to find out what happened, because we just got run-of-the-mill fantasy suites where they all friggin' love each other, and that's happy. But like, what happens with Kelsey? That was it. It's like, that's all I can think about. I don't care how well the other dates went.
I know he's in love with everybody. Okay.
When I saw that there was like 2 minutes left, I was like, are you serious? Like, you're not going to like, give the talk and then cut the episode. Like, we now have to wait 2 weeks for this to happen. I don't even care about women tell all at this point. Like, I know other people do because people like want Maria to go after the other people. Like, I'm off of that. I'm off that train right now. I don't care about that drama right now. I want to know what happens with Joey. Like, we want to know what happens. I mean, the most drama that we got out of this episode was the fact that Rachel like almost broke her jaw, which was really scary and sad to see. And The Bachelor, they'll never learn. They will continue to put people in harmful situations, or not harmful situations where they could potentially get hurt. And then they do.
I couldn't believe that happened right after some Inside Baseball, but Matt and Rachel were our guests for our show in Ohio.
Oh yeah, did they say anything about it?
We didn't really talk about this season at all, but we spent a solid 10 minutes during the show talking about Rachel smashing.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. What did they say about that?
Oh yeah, so it was just like, she was just like, no, they really that she's like, I fucked up my face. Like, it's like not like, she was like, she falls and then it cuts to her like they kind of made it look like everything was fine. She was okay. She really wasn't.
I mean, how could she possibly be? She plummeted face first into the ground. That was exactly.
Right. So it's just like the timing of that was like so crazy, hearing her tell that story and then watching this happen, and it's another Rachel and this Rachel was like, I felt so bad because clearly she was like trying to be like, no, I'm fine. But she couldn't even move her mouth. She was like, no, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine.
What I don't understand about these dates, and we always dissect them to, their fullest, but these dates where they have to be like, it's like daredevil adrenaline, like physically exert yourself stuff. It's like, I understand that maybe some people like to do those kinds of activities, but like not everybody likes to do that. And I think you have to give people like a low level, adrenaline date, not something where you can like fuck your face up like what happens to this. And it just, I feel bad. Like, if that happened to me, I would leave. I'd be like, sorry, this isn't worth it. Like, sorry, Joey, you have great eyes and like everything's fabulous about you, but like I need to leave now because my face is fucked up. Like, forget it.
All the things that they've done on this show has made me realize all the things I've wanted to try in life, I no longer want to try. Skydiving is out. Jumping off, into waterfalls. That always looks like so much fun and so beautiful, romantic, and a dream. Cliff diving, no thank you. They rode ATVs, right? I know somebody who got into a horrible, horrible accident, and so I have refused to get on one since then. It's just adding all these fears where I'm like, they're like literally playing out on national television. And what Rachel Kirkconnell said at our show was like, she was like, I said to myself, well, if anything, this is the safest place for me to do this. Like, they have all these like protocols. And she was like, and still something happened. And I was like, exactly. Like, like, imagine when they're not even like, double, triple, whatever,
you're not being
everything
filmed for TV.
Right,
when
exactly.
When it's some like half-ass vacation that you and your boyfriend are on, you know what I mean? Like, just you don't have to do all of the activities, all of the adventure. What are they called when you go on a vacation? And excursions. You don't have to do all the excursions.
Wait, Kelly, your mom is doing a ton of excursions right now.
Dude, I can't believe. Shout out to my mom. Seriously, shout out to my mom, because my mom.
Shout out to No Fear.
But no, my mom is a scaredy cat. Like, she would never do these things. She won't even go in the ocean usually, because is like, the ocean's disgusting. Like, I won't do it. My mom is fucking parasailing in Aruba right now. Like, I've never seen anything like it. She's sending pictures to her. She's with her sister. She's having a great time. And shout out to them both because they both are like that. And I cannot believe that they're doing it. But she keeps posting on her Instagram, #No Fear. Like, she's gonna come back with like a tattoo that says "No Fear" or something. Like, she's on that level right now.
Oh man, that was cracking me up.
But shouts to her for doing that. Because parasailing's cool. I love a parasail.
Yeah, so. I did that years ago. But back to Rachel and Joey. I think by far the least chemistry was on this date, and I'm not sure if it was because of the jaw thing. But watching them and then having it go to Kelsey and Joey, it was like, these aren't even close.
And it was also like, I mean, it must have been tough for Rachel to watch this episode, because not only does she fuck up her jaw, but she goes that, we watch her date first. And on both other dates, Joey's like, tells them that he's falling in love with them, tells Kelsey, tells Daisy. So it's like, damn, like, the Rachel process of elimination, girl, you're out. Like, it's like, there's no way at this point, unless like whatever happens with Kelsey, we'll find out on the cliffhanger. But if this was just a run of the mill normal fantasy suites where there was a normal rose ceremony at the end, like, that's the most predictable no rose to Rachel ever. Like, it was just like so clearly, it's just like Daisy and Kelsey are way up here and Rachel's just not even close.
It is wild. And you can tell it's going to hit Rachel hard too. The way she's talking, the way she's like, I've never been like this vulnerable with anyone before. It's like, it is a little bit like watching a car wreck. Like, I feel bad, especially also too with the family being like worrying about her feelings. I really think that like that, all those conversations he had with her and her family, like their caution about the whole thing, I think like I would have cut it loose there. Like, I think that this is almost, I don't know, it's Joey's journey. It's Joey's journey. But I think that it's gonna fall hard.
Yeah, I think for Daisy, it seems like there has been a complete 180. Like, last week, it seemed like she wasn't even into Joey. And this week it was like, oh my God, Joey. I was like, what happened? Like, there was just a complete 180.
Sandra told her to sex it up a little bit. I mean, honestly, let me tell you something. Nothing has been more unnecessary than how many appearances the ladies of the Golden Bachelor have made since their season. Like, when I saw that they were having their own individual talks, I was like, what are we doing? How is this what producers are like, what we need to do? We need to bring in the ladies from the Golden Bachelor. And honestly, I think there was some psychological tactics being used here, right? Like, they sent Leslie in to talk to Kelsey. Leslie obviously was the runner-up, so they send her to talk to Kelsey, and Leslie plants all these doubts in Kelsey's head, and like, crazy. It's like, I'm like, damn you ladies of the Golden Bachelor, back off. Like, and even Sandra being like, get a little sexy, be like, I want to practice let's practice having babies. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, right. And I will say this also, and I don't know if this is going to come across insensitive, so I'm trying to word it the right way. But for Leslie to go talk to Kelsey, and we've seen Kelsey talk so much about missing her mom and like this mother figure, and then to have like a mother figure kind of come in and then plant all these doubts in her head, I just wasn't a fan of that at all, because she had her hometown, she had the moment with her family talking about her mom and this whole thing, and then you're gonna have like a mother figure come in and plant a bunch of doubts into your head. I just didn't like it.
I completely agree. It's like she used that moment to, instead of giving her sage advice and encourage her and show her, oh, the journey is worth it, whatever. She just instead like projected her own insecurities onto this poor girl.
They're like, sorry, Leslie, you didn't get picked.
Position. No, really, like, and I feel bad. I feel bad for Leslie, and I understand that, like, I'm not trying to, I am also sick of the Golden Bachelor girls. I know that they need to like bring it up so they can keep Golden Bachelor going, because we got Golden Bachelorette coming up. So I know why they're, forcing the issue so hard. However, you got to have them go in there with positivity. Like, these girls are hanging by a thread. You can't just come in and be like, well, I don't know. Like, if he hooks up with other people, like I was so confident, and that she had no issues. She was so feeling amazing before that. And I feel bad for Kelsey for, letting that get to her.
I agree. It was unfortunate because that's really what feels like it stirred up the drama. It just felt like Kelsey was so confident after their date. They had such a great date. And it seemed like they had, spent a great night together. And they just they're so freaking cute. They just can't stop smiling at each other. And she's so happy. And then she's just all in her head. And I feel like she wanted to let herself be happy, but had those seeds of doubt planted. So now she's freaking out. She writes the note to Joey, and we'll see what happens. Because on the other side, Daisy had such an encouraging conversation. Like, if Sandra and Leslie were flipped, I think Daisy might have been the one leaving the note at Joey's door. Because Sandra's like, oh, you live it up. Like, it's you work on your connection. Like, oh, you think you really love him. Like, get a little sexy with it. Like, all this. And Daisy went into the date. She's like grabbing him for more kisses. They're making out in the shower. Like, it was the steamiest those two, like the most chemistry those two have had all show was all during this. So I'm like, I wonder what would have happened if they had switched those conversations. Because Daisy kind of said it showed her walking on the beach in her outfit, and she's like, I'm really I'm in my head right now, and I don't really know if I'm like fully me. And then Sandra came and saved the day. And they had a great date.
I do feel like Kelsey was fully her. I just felt like it was the after part that she was
right.
But I do
the after
think
might not have happened.
Yeah, but I do think she went into the date being herself, which I think is good. Like, I think I think all of that was great. And Joey, the only person he said he was going to miss was Kelsey. He didn't say that to anybody else. He said to Kelsey, I'm going to miss you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then when I saw him with Daisy, I was like, I don't know.
I know. I really can't. I just can't tell right now. Like, Daisy and Kelsey are just so, he's very he acts very similarly with the two of them, I feel like. So I don't know. It's kind of like, it's so obviously not Rachel.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's hard to decide between the other two, because the other two are really quite close. So I don't know. They just had really great dates, and there wasn't too many, they all handled it very well. Fantasy Suite week can kind of get a little repetitive when it comes to the sex talk and all those things and that build up. And we've had seasons where sex has really been the main talking point of these dates, and really didn't come up once. Everyone, no one was really I
was left wondering if any of them even had sex. Right. I was like, did any of these people have sex? I don't even think I always look for my birds and bees. I don't know if I saw.
No, there were no innuendos
when they show the animals hooking up. They always do that.
I could see Joey not doing anything with anybody, but it did seem like there was a sexy connection between Joey and Kelsey, on the kitchen counter the next morning.
Totally.
Where I was like, he wants it, but I don't know if they did it.
Yeah.
I think that I think it's the smart move for him. Well, here's the thing, I guess, because none of them really talked about whether or not they had a problem with him hooking up with other people. That's always something that brings up drama. Where they're well, if you hook up with other girls, I'm out, or vice versa if it's Bachelorette. And I like when they don't talk about those things, because I think it's a crazy, unrealistic expectation to think like, oh, he's not going to like hook up or he's not going to do whatever at this overnight. Like, it's your opportunity to see if you guys click sexually, like whatever. And so I was happy to not have that drama forced in, because if one of those three girls said something like that, it would change my attitude about them entirely. Like, I feel like whenever the girls get up in arms about that, I'm like, okay, chill. Makes me not like them anymore.
Yeah. It's becomes a whole big hot topic. And at this point, they didn't even really go near it. I think that's what happens when maybe you just.
When maybe none of them care, they're probably like, we don't even need to address it.
Totally. And I appreciate that. I think that's the right way to go into this experience.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, there's not too much more to get into about the episode. Like I said, Kelsey leaves a note and we got left on a giant cliffhanger because the Bachelor hates us. And we just have to now wait 2 weeks for the finale and finally see what all happens at the end. But do you guys have any other thoughts about the episode before we cut some stems, give out some roses?
I'm trying to think. Not really anything specific, except for the fact, that Joey is so clearly like, Rachel's out. Like, if Rachel makes it through, I will be shocked.
No, I mean, it's not even a conversation. The only way I would see that happening is if Kelsey left. But even in that scenario, I just think like it's like, oh, Daisy wins, like,
right, exactly. Like,
it's not. Still. I don't even think he would. It wouldn't even be a contest.
Are you guys noticing how much? I mean, we talked about this before, but like in this episode, Joey was like, I forgot the exact words that he said, but I feel like he's more so focusing on who will love him and say yes to him rather than who he wants to be married to. Because he said something like, I think she would say yes if I got, about Daisy. He was like, I think she would say yes if I got down on one knee. So like, that's good. Like, he's like so afraid of somebody saying no. Then now he's like, I hope he's not just catering to who he thinks is going to say yes rather than like who he wants to be married to.
Right.
Agreed.
No, I definitely, that is very true. I do feel like they would all, like, I feel like if his choices are Kelsey and Daisy, like, I think they'd both be pretty pumped.
Yeah. Right. Unless, I mean, we don't know what Kelsey's note says.
Yeah.
We don't know what she needs to talk about.
Right. Yes. It just says she needs to talk. Well, no. I thought she said, didn't she say she was going to tell him, like, if you're going to get rid of me, then do it now. I don't want to wait any longer because I can't like go another round. I think she alluded to that. Like, she was, I'd rather go home now. Right. So I wonder. But then at the same time, like, as we've seen with Maria's fake bluff, I don't know if Joey responds well to that. So I'm not sure how he's going to take it.
Well, right. That's not going to help. That goes to Rhea's point of, he's so concerned about who's going to say yes. And if Kelsey's going to him with any little bit of doubt, he'll feel that.
So true.
Which would not help his case. Okay. So let's cut some stems, give out a rose.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Ready to go.
You guys don't even know. I can't talk all about.
Do you feel left out, Rhea? I'm just going to cheers.
I really do.
Oh, cheers. Yay. Cheers. I can't tell too many details, but we filmed another rat race, which I know that both of you guys did the first version of. And it was a long day. So I am feeling so good about it.
I unfortunately don't have any at my apartment, or else I would be partaking.
Hitting good.
Okay. It's okay. Yeah, but it's hitting me good enough for the both of us, Rhea. Don't worry.
Thank you. Well, I'll go first then.
Okay, go ahead.
Go first.
I'm gonna cut the Golden Bachelor ladies, or should I just cut one? Because so then everyone can cut one.
Everyone can cut one.
We'll just cut all. We'll cut all three.
I'm gonna cut Leslie.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go.
She's the best. Yeah,
I'm cutting Leslie for putting that down on Kelsey's head because the chemistry, everything's there. There's nothing you could do at that point. And to have her, on this beautiful beach looking out, and not even be able to enjoy the water. We're cutting Leslie. And then I'm gonna give my rose to Joey telling Kelsey, like, I'm gonna miss you. Because he didn't do that. He may have said he was falling in love with both Kelsey and Daisy, but he said, I'm going to miss you. And he didn't say that to any other one. And I liked that. I liked it. I liked it, but I also didn't like it. Because it was like, that's why it's getting my rose. Because I'm like, I'm torn on how to feel about it. Because I'm like, I really like that. But at the same time, if I'm Kelsey, I'm like, oh my God, he's with Daisy and he misses me right now. Like,
no,
you know,
100%.
Like, yeah. Me right now. But at the same time, like, I'm not sure if that's a healthy way to think. Because then
then you start
like
going
Leslie.
Then you start going in though, like, oh my God, he misses me. He told me. And then it's like, wait, is he saying that to everyone?
Right,
like,
right.
That's just how it hurts,
yeah.
You know?
So just for the sake of conversation, we're giving it my rose.
Love it. Great rose. I'll go next.
Kelly?
I would like to cut the stem of the excursions, of the dangerous excursions. We've had enough, ABC. It's enough.
Cut the stem of danger. It's danger at every turn.
Like, we don't need love and danger every time. Like, The Bachelor isn't James Bond. Like, we're not filming a Mission Impossible movie. Like, we can just do some fun things that are like, you know, maybe zero chance of fucking your face up. Like, I just feel like, yeah, sure, you break bones, you do other things that happen to you when you do stuff that's like a little, you know, adventurous, but the face, you cannot risk the face. So I'm cutting all the excursions that are dangerous. I will give my rose to this is hard because there were a lot of good moments. I think I'm going to just give my whole rose to Kelsey and hope that it helps her get through this lack of confidence. I think that she is a shoo-in. I think that there's no way that it can go wrong unless she gets too far in her head about it. And I hope that she doesn't. And I'm glad you cut Leslie's stem because it's her fault entirely for sure. And I think Kelsey deserves a rose. She's still crushing it. She's staying positive. She's doing the best she can. Rose.
Got it. Yes, I agree with that one. I'm going to I'm gonna give my rose to Rachel because she's not getting one.
Fair and nice. Very thoughtful of you. Very thoughtful
of you. You know, and I think Rachel's a very, very sweet girl, and she went through a lot, and it sucks because she, you know, that's a tough final date, but it's gonna be her final date. And I'm going to cut. I don't really have much. Honestly, I'm just gonna cut the. I'm gonna cut the cliffhanger. That's too obvious, but I'm gonna cut leaving us on a cliffhanger at this point. That was really annoying. It's just like that was the first time that this whole season I've been like, oh, like come on. Like it's just I don't want to wait 2 weeks. And spoilers are just jumping up left and right. Especially when you get to this point, you're dodging spoilers all over the place.
Yeah,
You never know when you could see a spoiler at this point. So like I need to make it to the end. And this makes it even harder because now it's just like people speculating and like, oh, I know what happens to Kelsey. Like, and I don't want to hear what happens.
No, I hate it. It's like, leave me be. I'm off TikTok right now. I'm not on, I will not scroll because I'm too afraid.
Yeah. It really is all over the place.
Dangerous out there.
Yeah, I am going to cut the massive cliffhanger. And next week we'll have the Women Tell All, which I'm sure will just be about Maria.
Definitely. Wait. Before we talk, that's just happening next week. Quick question. Do we like Daisy? None of us even attempted to give her a rose.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like
I like her. I don't have like she's undying passion for her that other people have. I think she's nice and cute, and that's really it.
Something's missing. Ever since you said that, like, I like this experience, and no matter what happens, I've had like a radar up about her being like, I don't know.
She's very sweet. I do really think she likes Joey a lot. I just feel, I don't know, this sounds harsh, but I just feel like it's just kind of the more boring. Like she's so sweet, but I just feel like it's kind of like Joey and Daisy. I'm like, nah, classic. Like that's like the cookie cutter Bachelor ending of like,
yeah.
Like I just think Kelsey's got a little more to her. But yeah, they're both great. They're both great.
Yeah,
they're both.
I agree, though. I agree.
I just think it's lacking passion. I don't feel I don't feel it.
I'm with you.
The fan
about it.
This date was the first time I've ever like actually felt some sexual chemistry between them. So, but hey, you know.
But I almost felt like it wasn't because we've never seen. I was like, is this real? Like,
right?
You know, because she had. I didn't think that she was so into him until this, and then I'm like, is it now just because it's down to the wire?
Right.
Does she actually? You know, I'm not saying she's not genuine, but like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. But now, you know, there's a game to win as well. Not that I think she's playing the game, but you know what I mean.
No. But yeah.
Strategic, you know. You
never know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I think it also just comes down to also like I just really everyone can like I'm sure there's people that love Daisy and are rooting for her. She is great. I personally I like I really like Kelsey. I'm a fan of Kelsey. So I think that's you know, you root for certain people. And I'm rooting for Kelsey. So
yeah,
I am too. I just feel like their connection it's just so real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
Okay. Thank you to Coors Lights.
Cheers.
And we will be back next week for the debrief of the Women Tell All. Good night, everybody.